everyone, my name is Maria Buban, and today I'm super excited because I'm going to do my first unboxing video, and that is going to be a viola that I purchased from AliExpress for about $350 including free shipping from China to Chicago. So please let me know in the comments below how you like this viola. Let's see what we can get for this price. Please don't forget to subscribe. And without further ado, let's have fun unboxing it. Here is the viola case right out of the box. As you can see, it's a nice, durable fabric. I would say it's good for everyday use and for travel. Here on top, there is a big music pocket. The handles, they're connected with Velcro. And then here is a little key. You can lock and unlock the case. Then you have these zippers to open and close the case. And here on the side, you have two rings for a shoulder strap. And then on the top, there is a subway handle. So overall, I would say it's a very nice case. And I also like this brown color. Okay, so when you open the case, as you can see, I was going to show you here on the top, you have two bow holders, one on the bottom and here on the top. And here is on the side, a big pocket. Let's see what's inside. So here we have two straps, and they're basically for carrying the instrument on your shoulder or as a backpack. Here you have those holders you can attach to. Oops. Yeah, that's for that. And let's see what else we have here. And we have two more items. There is a bridge. This is going to be interesting. And then also there is a fine tuner. A fine tuner usually goes on the first string of a string instrument. In this case, since it's viola, it's going to be for the A string. And then here there is a blanket. And now let's see this bow. Let's unwrap it out of this plastic bag. And as you can see, here we have a Brazilian wood. That's what it says here in the description. And it's octagon shape, as you can see here. Hopefully you can see. Here we have a leather grip and a silver winding. The bow here, I don't think it's a real bow here. I think it's artificial. And then here we have eyelet of the frog, and this looks nice and interesting, this pattern. Okay, now let's take a look at viola itself. Oh wow. So remember how the bridge was here in this pocket and the fine tuner? So basically this bridge needs to be installed, and there are actually two reference points where the feet of the bridge should be placed. So I think with this type of instrument, the best thing would be to take it to a luthier, somebody who would fix the instrument a little bit and optimize it for the best sound. Okay, so I'm here finally at the Violin Shop and Violin beautiful studio of Paul Vergarsky, and I brought him my new viola from AliExpress. So we're going to set it up a little bit and to see how we can improve this sound.
Okay, so we are taking this viola just as it is out of the box. We're going to point out some things about it and see how AliExpress does. This is a 16-inch viola that was ordered, and it is 15 7/8 inches in the realm of viola that qualifies as a 16-inch viola. Definitely you want to err on the side of being a little bit smaller rather than a little bit larger. So if a 16-inch viola is a little bit smaller than 16 inches but bigger than 15 3/4, that's going to be great. There are some things about the varnish and shipping that I don't know if we'll read. This is purely cosmetic. On the back right here is just a case mark, a shipping mark, something where it maybe got a little bit of hot and the varnish came up. That's gonna be like that for the rest of its life. The neck is a reasonable size. Lots of instruments in this price range are going to feel thick and be thick, and this is definitely thick.
Do you recommend to shave it down a little bit to narrow it?
You know, that is an option, but if you're getting a 16-inch viola, it's not out of the range of where it should be, but it's definitely not a petite 16. And there is a little bit of raised grain. You know, so when we finish the necks in the shop, we will plane it, knife it, cut the neck, and then shape it, and then sand down to 1000 grit sandpaper, wet it, raise the grain, do that 3 to 5 times until we have a super smooth finish, so that when the moisture from the hand goes on there, it stays nice and smooth. Here it's come up a little bit. That is very quickly remedied in the shop. Now, as it came, this is probably one of the most important things that can get overlooked by somebody, and it's the sound post.
Yeah, it was knocked down out of the box.
And typically they will come with the sound posts down to keep it from doing any damage in shipping, but that means it needs to be set up. And even though we're making this look very easy, it isn't always, and the sound post setter can do quite a bit of damage to your viola F holes. We're going to get that post into the right position. Post itself, as it is going into the viola, is at a point where it fits. Now, it might not be where it's supposed to be, but it is not far. And we're gonna revisit that post in a minute once the bridge is on, once the bridge and the fine tuner is on. This fine tuner is also in a pocket. This is the high A fine tuner. Students graduating into a 16-inch viola should start to learn how to tune the instrument without the use of a 4 fine tuner tailpiece. Probably if you were renting or you had a smaller instruments through the sizes, you had a tailpiece that looked like this on there. Once you hit full size, anywhere from then to your sophomore year of high school, you should start to phase out using the fine tuners, because they do take longer to tune. Almost every instrument from China that I've seen has oblong shaped holes in the pegs are round, which is great, but you get a hard soft feel when the peg is turning, which means it's only contacting on 2 points, and you want to use a luthier who has a peg reamer to just shape those a teeny tiny bit so that both the peg and the peg holes match. This is the bridge. This bridge is 48 millimeters wide from foot to foot. I would probably recommend one that is a little bit longer for this viola model, because as you can see, these lines here are where the inside of your bass bar is in the top, and the edge of where your sound post ought to be. And those should be 1.5 millimeters to 2 millimeters inside the bridge foot. Here, they are kind of right at the edge of the bridge foot. There are bigger problems in the world than that. It's nice to get that. It provides a little bit more viola sound and a little bit more of what true instruments would sound like. We always want to try to have on a symmetrical instrument an even space between the edge of the bridge foot and the F hole, and here. It's about 20 millimeters. I'm not sure that'll come up on the camera, but we do have that, and that's going to be where the bridge's happy place is. And when setting up and tuning up a viola bridge, you always need to tighten the strings a little bit, then go back, tighten the strings a little bit more, then go back, because it's always, we're pulling the bridges forward, and your teacher or your local shop will be able to just reset the bridge so that it's in the proper place, because otherwise you're in the middle of a concert and bam, the bridge falls down. We've all seen that happen.
We don't want that.
We don't want that at all.
So right now the pegs, the way how the pegs are, it would be hard to tune it, right? Because
so it's not hard to tune. Tuning's going to be great. It holds less, so it needs more frequent retuning because there's only 2 points there.
So the instrument will keep going out of tune.
More so than if they were all fitting properly.
So now we're coming to the important point of sound post versus bridge and finding the perfect angle between those two.
And this sound post is a touch tall and slightly not fitting. So in the next video, we are going to make that fit correction, and that is going to bring the sound post into a good position. Really what's happening is the sound post is only touching at one point. My finger doesn't really look like a sound post, but the inside and the back of the violin are like this, and the sound post top and bottom should mirror that. And right now I think the top of the sound post is a little bit like this. So it's spinning around in there. All in all, we're gonna get to the bow and then I'll do my all in all. If you sight down the bow, you want it straight in an even amount of hair on each side. If you line up your eyes with both sides of the ferrule, in this bow you can see there is a bow in it. It's wood, it's not straight, it will always move, but when the curve is this way, you're gonna play and you're gonna hit wood of the stick, and it's gonna be nice sound, grainy sound, nice sound.
Okay.
We're basically doing this so that we know the difference between when our instrument is not behaving and when it's something about our practice technique that needs to be improved. The bridge itself, as it came, the feet fit nicely. The top, it's a little bit high on the A side, at about 6 millimeters, and it looked like the C side was close, and C side is about 7 millimeters. We want that to be much lower for intonation and pressing down the strings. The more you have to push down the string, the harder the target of intonation is. So we're going to adjust that. So the adjustments that we're going to make will be shaping the bridge, fitting the post, putting a little parchment under the A. That keeps the A from cutting deep down into the bridge. This bridge is on the softer side. I've noticed that with a lot of instruments, is the bridges they come with are softer, and we're going to shape the peg holes better, and we're going to test out how it sounds now and test out how it sounds after the adjustments.
I'm so happy that I was able to get this viola set up for the best possible performance. The luthier changed the bridge and the sound post, and also fixed the pegs a little bit because they were slipping, cracking, and they were not holding the tune that well. We also changed the strings. For the C string, we put this Spyrocore tungsten, that's this one. For the G and D strings, I wanted to experiment a little bit, so we put this domestic rondo. These are relatively new strings. And for the A string, it's my favorite Larsen A. So I think overall the instrument sounds nice for a beginning viola student. Please let me know what you think and which viola you are playing on. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.